Watch this if you're a straight A student. Welcome back to the channel. By the end of this video, I hope that if you are a straight A student in high school, at university, wherever you may be, that you have a new perspective on transitioning into the outside world when you go out and you begin creating a life for yourself. For those of you who don't know, I am in my late 20s, mid to late 20s, and I wouldn't consider myself a straight A student. However, in high school, I was incredibly studious. I would study all the time, always try to, get straight A's, right? I tried my flippin' best. And, I got a pretty good ATAR that I was pretty proud of. But there was this kind of behavior that had been conditioned into me because of how hard I tried at school, because I tried so very hard to not make any mistakes. This was compounded the fact that I had some leadership roles at school. So I was a school captain, and then year 11 I was a house captain, and it felt like throughout the later years of high school, I was endeavoring to be the perfect student. A student that if teachers were to talk about me behind my back, they would say, "He's so diligent. He's a great student. He's a great role model. Gosh, he's good, isn't he?" That was my goal. And I got pretty close to it, I would say. But it left me strangely lost, strangely disoriented. And the solution I didn't come to until I was at drama school. Drama school. So these subjects that I did at high school, it wasn't music and drama. It was maths. I did 2 math subjects, a physics subject, and the compulsory English language. But the discovery to uncondition, to pry off the behavior that had been conditioned into me at high school came through discoveries I had in my acting work. And so I have to share this because it took years for me to observe, to even realize what was happening. And then again, years of conscious effort to undo all of that. What am I talking about? I am talking about people pleasing. This fear of making a mistake. Because of high school and how long it is, it's 13 years. If you're in Australia, it's 13 years, prep to year 12. That is a long time to condition you into following rules, to wanting to please your teachers, wanting to do the right thing. And the reason I said straight A students is because a lot of the time, this is an experience that mostly straight A students have, or students that are incredibly diligent, studious, really trying to do their best. There's kids in high school that aren't, that don't really try their very best, don't study every night for hours, that this video isn't for you. It's not for them. So this video is for those people that are trying in high school. And I wish someone had told me these things when I was in high school. In saying that, I am unsure whether or not I would have believed what I'm saying. So I ask you to watch this video with an open mind and to just consider the things I'm saying if you are a straight A student in high school, university. When I watch incredible acting, I'm starting here, I'm going to get here, I'm going to find a way to come to a conclusion that is relevant to you. Firstly, I'm starting here at acting. When I watch incredible acting, incredible films, TVs, there is something unpredictable about it. There's something spontaneous about it. Les Chanteri, an incredible acting coach, he would say there is something dangerous about it. These actors taking risks. There is a scene in Walk the Line. It's the Johnny Cash biopic with Joaquin Phoenix. There is a scene where he is backstage and he is infuriated and he destroys the set. He destroys the entire set. He grabs the sink basin, yanks it, smashes it, sits down on the couch, and the water's leaking from the set. It's going everywhere. That wasn't in the script. He just did that. He did that because that's what he wanted to do. There's something so dangerous about that, so exciting that he just did it. What I experienced when I first started acting was this seeking of permission to take risk. What this would look like is in scene work, I would play it very safe. If you're a non-actor, what does that mean? Play it safe. I would just do everything the script said. This led to boring performances. It wasn't exciting at all. I didn't feel very good afterwards. Only when the acting coach or the acting teacher or the director would say, "Oh, try it like this," then I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." And I may have considered doing that in the first place. I may have thought, "Yeah, I wanted to try that. Thank you for telling me to do that, so I can now do it." It was this waiting for permission that stemmed from high school, from wanting to study hard. Because at high school, I was fortunate enough to have some incredible teachers. These teachers were really good at their job. They would say, if you want to ace this subject, do this, 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 this. And so I would do that. I did this, 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 this. And I did really well in the subjects. So in the acting world, when I began doing these performances, it's like I needed someone to tell me, hey, if you want to do a good performance, do this, 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 this. I was waiting for that. And it's not like I was aware that I was waiting. I was just not taking risk. So then I extrapolated. When I realized this, I extrapolated. I thought, if this is showing up in my acting work, where else is it showing up? I realize it's showing up everywhere. This avoidance of risk, without you realizing it, this waiting for permission. Chatting to friends who have gone into the corporate world, they experience the same thing. Now, if you're a straight A student, you'll probably go into corporate, become a lawyer, do medicine, become an engineer. The people that skyrocket up the corporate ladder, that become wildly successful, a lot of the times you hear stories, they say, I failed school. I did terribly in school. I was a bad student. Because of that, they didn't have this conditioning in waiting for permission. And so they just friggin' go for it. They want something, they'll go get it. They won't wait for permission. They'll ask for things. So I encourage you to ask for things that you want if you're a straight A student. It feels weird. It feels like you should be told, but you can demand things. You can demand for what you want. You don't realize how much control you have over the direction of your life. I didn't realize this until, 4 years into uni. So I studied biotechnology before going to drama school. And it felt like I was on someone else's roller coaster. And I didn't enjoy it. And I was like, I need to step off this roller coaster and get on that one over there. And so I did. I fear that so many people had the same experience, that they finish school and they're always asking people what they should do. They ask teachers they admire, teachers they respect, hey, like, I just not sure what to do after school. Like, what do you think I should do? They ask other people like I did. I remember seeing my headmaster the year after I graduated, because I went and studied a year of commerce first. And I was like, man, this sucks. What should I do? And he didn't really offer anything that I remember. But it was the fact that I was asking him. I was asking other people. I was asking other people what they thought I should do, because somehow they would know better than me. I didn't ask myself. Ask yourself what you want, where you want to go, things you want to do, and demand it. So many people, they get on these roller coaster rides that they don't want to be on. And then they'll realize in their 30s, oh my God, I have 10 years of experience doing this job that I despise. And it's so much more than that, because people say that if you ask any successful person, like wildly successful person, do you love what you do? They will say, yes, I love what I do. There's an argument out there that says they love what they do because they are wildly successful. The success didn't come from them loving what they do first. Like, if you're a lawyer and you think it's all right, but then you become wildly successful at it, of course you're going to love your job because you're so successful at it. But the only way to... I'm not sure if I fully agree with... I understand the point that they're making, that, if you're making a ton of money, if you're getting all this status from this pursuit that you may not love, you think is all right, the status and the money are going to bleed into your opinion of that career, and therefore you might think that you love it. You love this job. You actually love the success. So what I was going to say before I lost my train of thought was... You have to demand for things. If you're a straight A student, you have to take risks. No one is going to, when you leave high school, when you leave university, no one's going to tell you what to do. For me, that was really confronting, and it made me feel made me feel very lost. Because I had gotten a lot of value and validation out of my marks and encouragement from teachers. When you don't have that, like when I got to uni and I was studying something that I didn't really like, and I didn't have any encouragement from teachers, because when you have you sit in a lecture theatre with 300 other people in accounting, it's awful. It's not designed for this. It's terrible. Take it back to the good old days with small classes. Anyway, you feel very lost when that is, like, it's just a massive contrast, because you're at school, you're the head of the school, you're the top of the school, year 12s, and teachers respect you. Teachers like you as friends now. And then you leave, you're alone, and then you go to university. This is my experience being a studious and disciplined student. You get to university and no one's there encouraging you. No one's there helping you. It can be very lonely. So what would I recommend for you? I would recommend just be aware that you're really only going to be happy doing what you want to do, not what someone else has told you to do. And it's very difficult when you've been conditioned to do what people tell you to do, to decide for yourself, to figure that out. At university, join clubs. That's how you meet people. Join a sport. Luckily enough, I used to do high jump, and I was training like 5 times a week with the same people, small squad. So that really helped me, and then I found acting classes, and that changed my life, bro. I'm so grateful that I found those acting classes. I would be so lost right now if I didn't. So, watch this if you're a straight A student. When you leave school, get after it. No one's going to tell you what to do. Take risk. Demand things. Get comfortable with not pleasing other people. You're a people pleaser. That's part of the reason why you're a straight A student. You want to please people because it makes you feel good. But you have to get used to the fact that not everyone in this world is going to be happy with you. Even the things where you try to be good, they can just... So, it might sound... It's not pessimistic. It's just this awareness that you have so much more control and so much more power than you think. I encourage you to try finding your opinion again and experiment with just expressing your opinion. I would agree with everyone about anything. If I had a different opinion, I would just agree with them because I didn't want to upset anybody. Just experiment expressing your opinion, even about the smallest things. Like, hey, how'd you get here? Oh, I just took the tram. It sucked, man. I hate trams. Just inject opinion into anything. I got this new lamp the other day. This new light. It can change colors. I love it. It's on my phone. I can just change it on my phone. And it's awesome. Inject opinion into things. It'll help find your own opinion, and it'll help you be able to have the confidence to express it. I never had the confidence to express my opinion until I started doing acting classes, and there were exercises and tools for developing your own opinion. Inanimate objectification, that's one of the tools. I have a peg on my desk. Why? I don't know. But I love it. It's wood. And it's just the perfect size to just peg things. That sounded inappropriate. Anyway, that's the point. It's the point to kind of re-inject opinion into your life, because you don't realize that your opinion's still there. The flame is small. Just start, putting wind on that flame and grow it into a fire. Because that's what happens. As for some studious students, disciplined students, the people pleaser in you has dampened your own opinion. So just find that opinion again. And for me, what has resulted? Well, I ask for things now. I'm not afraid to ask for things. I'm not afraid to express my opinion. I'm not afraid to try new things, to ask people for things, to say no to things. I never used to be able to do that. And it's because of the conditioning, the behavioral conditioning from high school, from uni, of trying to do the right thing. I hope that was helpful. I feel like that's everything I would have wanted to hear when I was in high school. Let me just think if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh my God, another great thing you can start doing is pausing more in conversation. Part of this people-pleasing behavior that's been conditioned into you is by responding quickly after you've been asked a question, during conversation. If you go for a job interview, you're going to feel like you need to speak quickly after you're asked a question. I would experiment with using pauses in conversation at an increasingly longer duration. Pause for a second, even when you know the answer. Like, start with low stakes conversations with like your friends. They ask you, "Oh, what'd you think of the new Mission Impossible movie?" Dude, I thought it was awesome. Just pause. Instead of, what'd you think of the new Mission Impossible movie? I thought it was you just start rambling. But just pause. And that discomfort that you feel when you're pausing, it's the same discomfort you feel when the people-pleasing side of you is being threatened. So by using pauses as a simple tool to expose yourself to increasingly more uncomfortable situations, but it's just a pause. No one cares how long you take to answer. That is a great tool. I've used that. And you build, it's so weird. By using pauses, you build so much confidence. And you feel more powerful in yourself. You feel more comfortable in yourself. It's so bizarre. That would be my biggest tip for you, is to experiment with pauses. Longer and longer pauses. See how you go. See how it goes. These videos are kind of chill, huh? Just having a little chat. What else has been going on? I've been working on this new project. I've been getting some interest without doing any outreach. So it's a good sign. Good signs, good early signs. You'll be understanding what I'm talking about very shortly. When I release a video, I'm making a video for that particular topic. But that'll just be a side thing. I'm just going to keep making these videos, my thoughts, updates, what I'm doing. I remember watching a clip of Alex Hormozy, and he was saying, you should document your life, document everything. Because imagine if Jeff Bezos made these video diaries when he was starting Amazon, like at the start. Imagine if Leonardo DiCaprio was making video diaries, talking about his experience climbing, getting really successful, and watching it happen. I think that would be awesome. So that's the goal for this, that one day when I'm, wildly successful, you can watch back and think, what was he doing Wednesday, the 21st of May? Oh, yeah, he was talking about people pleasing. Anyway, I know there's only 15 of you that'll watch this, but respect. That I'm going to stop talking now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment anything. Still yet to hear the first comment in the recent videos, but anyway, I don't need external validation, so I keep making these videos, right? That's what I'm telling myself, and that's what's happening. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your week.